Pastor Jamal Bryant broke down why members of his church and citizens in Georgia should not vote for Herschel Walker. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the Republican Party of Georgia moved Herschel Walker from Texas to Georgia so that he could run for Senate, it's because change was taking too fast in the post-antebellum South. The state had been flipped blue, and there are some principalities that were not prepared for a black man and a Jewish man to go to Senate at the exact same time. So they figured that they would delude us by picking somebody who they thought would in fact represent us better with a football than with a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so slow, that we were so stupid, that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical broken black man as opposed to somebody who is educated and erudite and focused. Y'all ain't ready for me today. Since Herschel Walker was 16 years old, white men been telling him what to do, telling him what school to go to, where to live, where to eat, where to buy a house, where to run, where to sit down, where to sleep, where to pay for abortions, where to buy a gun. And you think they not gonna tell him how to vote? In 2022, we don't need a walker, we need a runner. We need somebody who gonna run and tell the truth about January 6th. We need somebody who gonna run and push for the cancellation of student loan debts. We need somebody who gonna run and make the former president respond to a subpoena. We don't need a walker. We need somebody who will be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing that your labor is not in vain. Georgia, I need you to know the slave Negroes y'all are used to don't live here no more. We can think for ourselves, function for ourselves, and vote for ourselves. Why? Because we don't need a walker.
Man of God. All right, Pastor Jamal Bryant, who, by the way, when Trump was up for re-election, and people like Paula White, Christian evangelical preacher, was saying, oh, let's bring the angels from Africa. It was Jamal Bryant, that same pastor, who called out the insanity of her prayer, so-called, and proclamation. It is Pastor Jamal Bryant who has routinely stood up for the millennial generation, who has routinely provided contrast in character between white Jesus sentiment and truth. It is him who has done these things. I remember interviewing him in front of college students at a university I taught at just a few years ago. And I posed a question about why his church was the fastest growing church in the United States of America. Here it is.
What was the dynamic in your leadership which created that level of growth in the church when statistically the church was losing members?
I brought all of my frailties and flaws to ministry, where a lot of preachers use the pulpit for witness protection.
Say that again, for weakness protection.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said preachers use the pulpit for weakness protection. And I will go a step deeper. Many Christian evangelicals, including politicians, they utilize their faith for weakness protection. They're actually weak on the inside. They're cowardly at their core. Give you some information about Pastor Jamal Bryant. Jamal Harrison Bryant, born May 21st, 1971, is an American minister and author. He is a senior pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. He is a graduate of Morehouse College and of Duke University. He received his doctorate in ministry from the Graduate Theological Foundation. Let me submit this to everyone. He's correct about them basically plucking Herschel Walker and affixing him inside of Georgia politics. They did this. Herschel Walker won his Republican primary without even debating other Republicans. He beat statewide incumbent Republicans in the state of Georgia. The man still landed over 70% of the vote to become the Republican nominee. What do we know on record? Well, Herschel Walker is a hypocrite. He's lied about graduating college, lied about being top of class, lied about his business ventures, lied about his own background and problems with his family. He lied about his help for veterans. He lied about having a company that employed hundreds of people. He lied about all of these dynamics. But he, as of Saturday morning, was polling 2.5 to 2.7% ahead of Senator Raphael Warnock in the state of Georgia. This is a problem. All right, Farron, thoughts on this?
You know, I think it's wonderful because that clip of Pastor Bryant, of course, has been going all over Twitter today. I've seen, I mean, pretty much everybody I follow at some point has shared it. So it's a beautiful clip, and he's 100% right. And what's interesting too is Lindsey Graham, a couple days ago, basically admitted that. He's like, hey, we got Herschel Walker here because what we want is for other young black people in Georgia to see Herschel Walker and say, I guess I can be a Republican too. They know exactly what they're doing. He's going to be their useful idiot, and they could not be happier. They don't care about the hypocrisy. They don't care about any of it. They've got their useful idiot, and it'll come in handy for them.
That's right, well said. All right.